two pretty talented players to have in your side.
And also turned it on at go time when it was really needed, which is what the big players do.
All right, just about set for a start here. It'll be Hanneth versus Jared Redden in the middle. This is the SANFL Digital Pass. Any round, anywhere, anytime. Go to sanfldigitalpass.com.au. And we're just about underway. The umpire holds the ball aloft. Your caller is Adrian Pickles.
Throws up the first one. Redden ran past it. Hanneth grabbed it. The kick was smothered out of the middle. Still in the centre square. Now Joey Sino gets it on his boot. Bangs it forward and a good safe mark. Taken in the front of the pack. It was well played by Chris Curran.
So Curran, the skipper, goes to the outer side wing. Toompas was up before acceptances. Comes down to Partington. He got it from Pink. Here's Martini, the gloved one. I like that. Goes to half forward. The kick carries and it's marked by Hosey. He swings around on that right boot. Puts it to the goal square and Motlop battling with Mead. Mead did pretty well in the end for the Eagles and has held it in. And I think we'll have a ball up just a couple of metres out from the Glenelg goal.
You heart your mouth stuff one-on-one with Motlop. Umpire throws it up. It hits the deck. So both right contests at the moment not being very productive. Hasn't quite come out of there yet. The first one, Jared Redden run under. The second one, both ruckmen just let it hit the deck. Throws it up again. This one almost a falcon. Junk for trying to rip it out of there, can't do it. It has spilled clear though. Now it's a foot race. The Bays can't spin it out of there. Umpire's seen a high one. It's going to go to the way of the Glenelg side. The last man to peel himself up off the pack is going to be Klusky. He said one of those goal kickers, Bonds. He has 3 already this year. He's going to line up to join the boys at the top half of that leaderboard with 4.
Yeah, 3 goals last week in their win over West Adelaide. And just the tackle slipped a little high. Umpire was right there and he'll have a shot on about a 46-degree angle. Kick it from about 40.
Umpire goes running, goes to the near side. First score underway. Gone just over 2 minutes here in this first quarter. HCH Stadium. The statewide Super SANFL competition. Mouthful. Got it out though, eventually. And so do the Eagles to the outer side wing. No mark taken. Get another pack forms. Seymour in there for the Eagles. Redden does get his hand on that one. But the Bays have come well with it. Partington throws on the right boot. Just chips it over the top. Was looking to for Hosey to run onto that one. Really had to measure that one spot on, Bonds, and couldn't quite get the land where he wanted it to.
Yeah, that's the breeze here at Glenelg. It is a very blustery day in Adelaide. And the ball in the forward pocket for the Eagles. Again, the ball fell short. McBean just slapped it on the boot, went over Pink's head, and the Eagles will mop up through Mitch Hardy. He comes wide and tapped off hands by Clay Cameron. Clay Cameron kicked a goal for the Eagles last week in his first game. 7-knee disposal, likely type. Playing centre half forward. So we're right on the mark of 50. Umpire throws it in. Redden got that one down. Glenelg gained possession through Bailey. He gave it to Turner. Inside, looking for McBean. 1 grab, 2 grab, can't do it. Hosey stole it from him. Around the corner. He loves it. The first one for the Tigers. They're on the board.
Window fully pinated? Some insurers don't have an option to fix it excess-free. But luckily, Amy does.
You're with Amy.
Cracking start for the Bays. Hosey, the spot on roving, was in position 1A. And the finish was first class. Forwards dream, that one, Bonds.
Oh, he just stole it out of McBean's hand. It was a great snap over the shoulder. Jack Hayes has gone into the ruck for the Eagles. Lonergan's there, fed it out in front of Toompas. He's under pressure. Sino came to help, did well, bounced off a tackle. Got it to Lonergan. Inside 50 it goes. Dan Menzel's there.
And your throat isn't. Now the Bays come out of fullback. Long sweeping kick was a good one from Durden. Sino dives on it, tries to push it out. He was working hard trying to just create a loose man. They've turned it over though. It's the Bays on the outer wing. Long sweeping kick. No mark taken. Umpire's blown it up. He's found one. Lonergan, centre wing, true centre wing. Getting some work from Turner. Slows it right down, looks backwards, maybe backwards to go forwards here. Umpire says you're going to have to go now. So he does. He finds Toompas, his first touch. Again, he slows it down. So the Bays have really clogged it up back there, making it hard for the forward entry. But they're doing it in fits and starts here, the Eagles. Now Menzel. Same again for him. Wants to go, can't get it on quickly, so he just thumps it along to the goal square. Pudney's there at the back, doesn't fall for him. The Bays again have repelled. Well, the smother was attempted, couldn't go quite right for Toompas. The handball came back and went through his hands. The ball right at the apex of the 50 and the boundary line. Right in front of that scoreboard, which shows Glenelg 117. The Eagles yet to register.
So we have a ball up just near the cross of 50 on Burdo and Hanneth. Lonergan in there again, so he's got his hands on the footy a little bit. Klusky on the outside of the boot, goes down the wing. The Eagles spoil. Here's Junfer, off the ground by Bailey was good, but just in the direction of Lehman. Rory Lehman, it's smothered, well played by Klusky. Crowd wants holding the ball in the middle. Ferns is trying to get it out, but can't do it. It came to Partington. He put it out in front of Pink. Toby Pink into the pocket looking for Motlop, and it's just a breeze. It's taken it too far. And it'll be last touch rule. Go the way of Mead. Mitch Mead, son of a gun. We'll bring the ball back in at half back for the Eagles. So a nice tight start here at ACH Stadium. You see that ball just hang in the air. Gus Paul was in front, and the umpire's seen a free kick here. It's going to the way of the ruckman, Jack Hanneth.
Hanneth gets it moving quickly, smacks it long. Right to the centre square, McBean's there. The roving from Motlop gets a shot away on goal. Pudney couldn't complete the mark, goes through for behind.
Debutant was there as well, Cooper Horsnell for the Bays, or Horsnell, number 50.
Quick restart, Joey Sinor. About 25 out from his own goal. Got to be impressed with the way the Bays are making it hard for the Eagles to transfer this ball downfield. The long launch came from Romberto. Couldn't take the mark though. Getting it smothered in there. Sinor picks it up. Jumped on him in his back. Umpire's going to let it go. He's going to throw it up. It's about 50 metres around. Out from the Glenelg goal. So we're doing most of the attacking so far. Hanneth back over his head was good ruck work. Allen. Motlop couldn't complete the mark. And once again, players come diving in from everywhere. Umpire lets them play for a second and says, no, I will have it. Have another ball up. Pretty tight angle. About 25 out from the Bays goal.
So Mitch Mead got the job on Motlop early. Here he is again, Motlop, and the ball's just rolled out of bounds. Couldn't quite grab possession.
Not giving him an inch, is he?
Bit of push and shove there. And we'll have a ball in. Still attacking inside the Glenelg 50 in their forward pocket. Again, the ball holds up in the breeze. Hayes got the handball to Lonergan. He just went around the corner. The umpire's seen a free kick, and it's going the way of Jack Hayes. So the ball will go all the way back to Hayes and in the defensive 50 for the Eagles. So 1 goal, 2 Glenelg. Eagles yet to score. On the SANFL digital pass. Paul Bonza, Adrian Pickles here. And there's another free kick at half-back for the Eagles. Riley Knight. Got some extra attention from Reed Cooler. Umpire saw it. And the kick went straight down Martini's throat. So the gloved one on the wing. Wants to go. Called to go now. Just puts it up in the air. Pack of players. Reynolds flew. Fell to Partington in the front. He was wrapped up by Riley Knight. And the kick out of there from Ferns ends up in the hands of the Eagles. They're running. Knight to Cameron. Out wide to Toompas. He's got Dan Menzel at half forward. Finds him. Good kick. Dan Menzel wants to play on quickly. Riley Knight's kept running. It's outstanding work. He just dribbles it forward. And we'll get the first score on the board for the Eagles. So they're one behind. Glenelg 1-2.
He did a lot of running there, Riley Knight. He was really tonguing it at the end.
Well, he went from half back all the way and just did not stop.
And then asked him to almost the impossible of himself. The long kick that came back in has been marked by Hayes in the middle of the ground. Jack Hayes playing the season without his brother. He retired this year. But his kick, the entry, has been marked by the debutant. And Horsnell. I was going to get him eventually. They're Proud. Deep inside his own 50. Another long ball. McBean can't take the mark. Pudney. In fact, that one might be junk for it is. He's wrapped up in a tight tackle. He gets out of there. Lets the big men do their work. Hayes and Hanneth. Hayes won that one. And Lonergan just chucked it on his boot. Almost strangled in that play. Menzel, the inboard handball's okay. Hang on to Mitch Hardy. Was Curran. He gave away the free. And he quickly gives it off to Von Berto.
So Von Berto, very crowded forward line, so he goes sideways to Troy Menzel. He goes to the danger zone, but it's all Glenelg there. The fist from Proud was good. Comes to Hardy. Here's Paul around the corner. Who's the bounce going to favour? It favours Durden. Goes back to Hornschel. Did well. And the Bays working it out through Partington. Oh, big hit from Ferns on Cooler. And they played that downfield. Aggressive stuff from Ferns. But he's given away the free kick downfield. Reynolds on the wing goes short to Curran. The skipper swings, wants to come the grandstand side. Here's Wisdom. First game last week. It was pretty good for the base. In the middle of the ground, Bradley. Good defence from the skipper of the Eagles in Thompson. His kick was smothered, ended up with Parks. It goes to Wisdom inside 50 again. Reynolds is there, takes the two grabber. And he'll have a shot pretty much straight in front. He'll kick from just outside 50. We'll have the distance, no problem with this breeze. It's a good play from the Bays, Pickles.
Yeah, they decided just to smash it in there. A couple of times they've tried to go a bit more direction, but on this occasion, it was just get it in there as fast as you can. Reynolds was leading the race, took it on his chest, as you said, in two grabs from just outside 50. Launches, long, and just hits the top of the post. Just about knocked it over.
Not the tallest post in the world here at Glenelg either.
No, but
managed to hit it.
In the top of the post from outside 50. Gives you an indication that that breeze is going to have an impact.
So Mead goes to the back pocket, finds Seymour. Just trying to waste some time. Holds the ball in the air, which means he'll drive it long down the line. McBean for Glenelg is there. So is Durden, but the umpire's seen a free kick. Bit of holding going on. And he'll come back to McFarlane. Dane McFarlane drives down the wing. Max Proud takes a good mark at half back. Just drifting in front. Plays on quickly, goes to Cooler. Reed Cooler, again, the switch is on. Virgin, running for him. It's a handball to Curran. Drives to half forward. Good mark on the chest by Hosey. Swings around on the right boot. Wants to go deep and long to Motlop. In the pocket, Mead's with him. Spoils it. Well done, Mead. McFarlane there as well for the Eagles. Got the handball out. And it's off hands and over the boundary line. Forward pocket. Glenelg 1-3. Eagles 1 behind on the SANFL digital pass.
14.5 minutes gone here in this first quarter. 8-point lead to the Bays, which Mead has not given Motlop an inch at the moment. Coming over the back, Redden got his hand on that one. The Eagles are going to break away from outside the 50, but it's a numbers game for the Bays at the moment, and Proud takes the easy mark. They really have blocked it up well. Big Max Proud thumps it back long into his 50. High! Couldn't finish off the mark. Got high was Reynolds. Now Partington to Snook, put him under real pressure, wrapped up in a quick tackle. Klusky, the step around the corner, no one home. And the Eagles are going to get out of jail. They're going to have to work this, transition this down field. It's been the area where they've been battling. McFarlane decides to bang it long. Hosey's there again. The spoil is going to be okay. Goes over the back for the Eagles, but Partington ends up with it. He goes long back to Proud. Proud goes backwards to go forwards. Tackle doesn't stick. Oh, slipping over Martini. Was almost going to mark that one, sitting on his bum, but couldn't do it. Ends up with the Bays. And there's the lead from Motlop. He got off the leash eventually from Mead. Constant pressure. They've been hitting him up, trying to find him. And one was going to stick at some stage, Bonds. And this is the one.
Yeah, it was a good lead from Motlop. And again, just driving that ball forward whenever they can, the Bays. Trying to make use of this breeze.
Motlop over the 50. Cruises in, glides in, but can't convert. Another behind.
Oh, he liked it, but the goal umpire didn't.
Well, someone else was roaring as well, almost took me for the ride. 1-4-10. They lead it by 9 points.
Back pockets, Dane McFarlane. New to the club this year. Friend of James Cheetahs. Plays footy with him in the Northern Territory. And that's gone out of bounds. So we'll have a throw in there. And this is the SANFL digital pass. You watch it any round, anywhere, anytime. Just go to sanfldigitalpass.com.au. Paul Bonsor and Adrian Pickles with you today down here at the Bay. McBean's in there. Tried to get the ball out, but he's sat on by Jared Redden. And you ain't getting up if Jared Redden sits on you. It's that simple. So Lockie Hosey, the only goal kicker so far in this game. Jay Cheaty would be reasonably happy if he can keep the Bays to 1 goal in the quarter. I know we've still got a way to go. 17.5 minutes gone. Ball thrown up. Still at half forward for the Bays. And there's a bit of holding here. It's going the way of the Eagles. Jared Redden will take the free kick at half back.
Wants to give off the short handball. No one there though. So he is going to have to do what the big man doesn't normally like to do and kick it, and that's why it's a shaky old mongrel. Goes to Allen, who chips it off, finds Motlop all by himself. Glides over the 50, launches, lets long. That one's a better kick. Missed the other side. Well, just going to come back to bottom, Bonds.
Sorry, Pick. It won't be easy to kick goals today. As we said, there's a really blustery breeze here. It's not going to be easy, whether you're kicking with the breeze or against the breeze. Goal kicking is going to be difficult today. Long kick out from half back. Cameron got up and fisted it down the throat of Sinor. He's wrapped up in a tackle going nowhere. Umpire crosses himself, comes in. And we'll have a ball up, half forward. Left for the Tigers, right in front of the Cricket Club. Hayes and Hanneth. Hanneth, good tap out the back to Bailey. Just went off the ground. McFarlane intercepted. He goes around the corner, but again, it's all Bays there, and big Jack Hanneth takes the mark in front of Cheetahs.
In the mix for an AFL game if the Suns come calling, Bonds.
Bit of talk of that, isn't there? So Hanneth goes long, down to the goal square. Pink got up high, out the back is Thompson. He sees it through for another behind for the Bays. They go to 1-6. Eagles just 1 behind.
So it's been all the Bays in this first quarter. Pierce Seymour uses his full run, then launches off the left. A pack of players out there sitting at the back. Mark wasn't completed. Jungfer's in there. So's Paul. Paul just hands it out. They found some run now. Through Cheetahs. Cheetahs jumps on over the top. They slowed it up. Good work from Proud on the mark. Really slowed it up. They need to get going there quickly. Sees one that he liked, but it's Virgin. He lets it bounce in front of him, picks it up. He kicks back outside 50. They haven't quite cleared it here, the Bays. So game's still on as far as the Eagles are concerned. Gus Paul bounced it when he was being tackled. Not sure how he got away with that. Junk for thread the handball. Gus Paul around the body. Mark not completed by Bomberto. It's messy footy inside 50. They might be able to finish with one here, though. Rolling, bouncing, fumbling ball to get touched to the line. Umpire said no. Eagles get there first.
Joey Siner gets the first goal for the Eagles. Good handball out of the pack from Gus Paul. Geez, he looks a different player with that haircut. Not used to that just quite yet.
No.
The Viking looks gone. He's still a quality player.
Did see a boat in the car park, so that might have been his.
Put it out to the running Siner. So, Eagles 1-1. Glenelg 1-6. Glenelg kicking with the strong breeze here at ACH Stadium. There's the bounce. Hayes and Henneth. Hayes got the tap down, but straight to Snook. Tried to get it out. Turner to Partington. And Tulpas, good hands in front of Reynolds. Courageous stuff. Came across in front of Reynolds and took the mark. Might have caught one for his trouble as well there, Piggles. And he's a halfback for the Eagles. Just
switches on here, Bonds, if he wants it.
Just taking his time. He's going to go short and find Jack Hayes. Centre wing for the Eagles. They played the possession game pretty well this quarter, the Eagles. Again, stabs it low into the breeze, but Durden takes the mark for the Bays.
Durden pushes back hard off the mark. Just then dumps on over the top of Turner's head. Went straight at it. Through Cheetahs. Umpire's blown it up. Had his head down. Umpire said you copped him high. Off the left, thumps it long and quick. Coming through deep was good work from Lehman. First time we've called him. Got the big fist away. Over into that forward pocket. And you think the ball's going to be over there for a fair bit of time, Bonds, throughout this game.
Well, it's certainly going to be at that end of the ground with this breeze. So just a 5-point lead. Boundary umpire will throw it in. Chance for the Bays here. Pink was in the ruck. Got it down. The handball came out to Hosey. He's wrapped up. The ball comes loose. Still working hard, both teams. 4 or 5 players from each team around the footy. Riley Knight is the last one up. Another stoppage in the danger zone for the Eagles. Riley Knight was taken high. Umpire saw it. Put the body on the line, Riley Knight. Not a bad replacement for Jordan Foote, Riley Knight, coming into this Eagles lineup after losing their superstar Jordan Foote, who went back to Sydney to become a policeman after a best on ground performance in last year's grand final. Kick down the line. He's thumped across the line by Matty Allen of the Bays. And is Von Berto in a bit of trouble here? No, he's up and about.
I think maybe the boot might have come loose there, Bonds. But good spotting. Redden gets bumped off it. Rare call. Hanneth got his hand on it. Didn't clear it though, the Bays. Almost slipped out the back. Umpire just letting it go. He's going to pin someone. Have to wait to see who's underneath there. It's Turner.
Cooler.
I think I've called him Turner twice now. Troy Menzel ignores one. Decides to go long. Centre wing. Von Berto, front of the pack. Probably should have marked that one. Sinor dropped it. Umpire said, you had it. Had a chance. And holding the ball. Now it's Turner. He wanted to get involved, and he did. His kick goes inside the 50. Menzel chasing the one to the line. Gets bumped over. It's Troy Menzel.
So we've gone 24 and a half minutes, Piggles, and Tigers leading by just 5 points. I think the Eagles coach, Jade Cheaney, would be pretty happy with this.
Yeah, 7 shots on goal, the Eagles. McBean won that hit out. Didn't get it outside. Well, to a running Rover to clear it. They won't want to give up a real easy one here, the Eagles. McBean again, another hit out. He's got the height over the top of Redden. Third ball up coming here. It's time that Redden flicks it back over his head. Lonigan, the outside checky. Gets it to the half-forward flank for the Eagles. Hayes dives in. Umpire comes running. So Eagles will be pretty happy just to tie it up to end this quarter. Bayes will be looking for another one. Again, the throw-up just lands on the ground. Partington can't break the tackle, runs out of bounds. We're going to have a throw in. Bond, see if he can clear it out of here.
Good pressure there from Mitch Hardy, just forcing Partington over the line. So still at half forward for the Bays. There's a throw in, Hanneth and Redden. And there's the siren to end the first quarter. So an interesting first quarter here at ACH Stadium. Glenelg have a 5-point lead. They're 1-6, and the Eagles are 1-1. And we'll be back here at ACH Stadium. This is a SANFL Digital Pass. To the northern end, or the Kernahan end. And the Bay's going to the Phyllis end, or primary school end.
We'll find out what both coaches found out from the other coach in the way that they're going to play this quarter. Thought the Bays were excellent in the way they really blocked it up for the Eagles. Didn't allow them to come back outside of their own 50 in that first quarter. What have the Eagles learnt now that they're going with the breeze? Bonds will let you know.
So it's Redden and Hanneth. Not a very good bounce. Favoured Hanneth. Up, let it go. Come to Paul. Just put a handball out in front of Knight. Cheetahs. And the Eagles go inside and find Jack Hayes through Hardy, Mitch Hardy. Good work, just a little left foot. And within the first 30 seconds, the Eagles are going to have a shot for goal. So the big number 12. Solid approach. Looks pretty good off the boot. Is it sliding? No, it's through the middle. Early goal to the Eagles in the second term.
Window fully pinated? Some insurers don't have an option to fix it excess free. But luckily, Amy does.
You're with Amy.
Perfect start for the Eagles in this second quarter with the wind. An early entry and an early goal. Lights on here at ACH Stadium. That gives you some indication of the murky conditions. The Eagles again coming out of the centre. The snap's going to give Gus Paul a chance. It bounces up nicely for him. Little left foot checky around the corner to Hayes. Now he gets himself in a tackle and doing the tackling. Well, that's hard to do, but if anyone can do it, Gus Paul can. And Matty Snooker's wrapped up Gus Paul in that tackle. He's going to take the kick from deep in his own back pocket. So, umpire's not quite happy with that. He's trying to get Sammy Durden to get away from the mark, I reckon. And he's going to make...
Yeah, exactly right. Sam Durden was just too close to the man on the mark. So Snoog will take the kick. Goes down the line. McBean's there. Good spoil by Lehman. And the kick from Riley Knight has been touched. Oh, no. It hasn't been touched. Riley Knight thought it was touched. Just gone out on the full.
Second time we've been stitched up, Bonds. They've got us.
We're going to stop listening to the players, Pickles. Here's Snook. Again, looking for the tall timber. Hosey came from deep, but Jack Hayes was strong. Took it in the hands. Good grab. He's going to go long inside 50. Von Berto's there, but it's all Glenelg. Snook uses the hands to Park. Callum Park goes back to Curran. Down the line, Hosey's on 2. Oh, Hayes again. Having a purple patch here. Played on quickly to Hardy. Just put it up towards goal. And it's offline through for a minor score. Jack Hayes taking a couple of big marks here.
He has the ability to do that. Just turn it on in patches. He's a hard man to match up on. The Bay's out of defence. The long ball out the centre wing. McBean to the front of the pack. Mark's been taken at the back though by the skipper in Thompson. Holds it up. Then goes long. Dumps it back inside 50. Another big pack. No mark. They're roving. Gus Paul leads the race. Runs it out of bounds in front of Matthew Allen. And on the furthest part of the ground from where we sit, Bonds, the boundary number's going to throw it in, so you can take over.
So Hayes will do the ruck work with Hanneth. Hayes got front position. Cameron was in there, so has Allen. Matty Allen has got the ball. We have to get it out of here. He's in trouble, is he? Umpire lets him off the hook. Come in and we'll have another stoppage. There's the ball up. Hayes grabbed it out of the ruck, just put it on the boot. It's going towards the goal square. Von Berto's there. So is Glenelg. They're thumped away by Durden. The first gamer, Horschel, I should say. Hornschel. Sorry. Cooper Hornschel. We'll get your name right, I promise.
First name basis.
Cooper Hornschel in the back pocket. The first gamer. And that's grabbed by the breeze. It's fading towards the boundary line. And it goes off hands and out of bounds. So we'll have a throw in at half forward for the Eagles. They lead at 2-2 to 1-6 on the SANFL digital pass.
Be Redden and Hanneth set themselves a long way back, expecting that breeze to take it. Doesn't get there. Redden bashes it forward. Oh, the handball is going to be good. Signer intercepted it though. It's turning on himself. McFarlane. Kick doesn't get inside 50. Gus Paul, big tackle. Umpire said that's okay. They've been reluctant to blow up the hole in the balls so far in this game, Bonds. Still can't get a gauge if they're going to be hot on it or not. Hayes bodies himself to the front of the pack. Signer goes back by hand to Pudney. He goes to Jungfer, the lookalikes. Ferns, he goes back one more to Thompson. He's the pressure free from the Bays is fantastic. Now they're off and running. Partington over the top of 50. Motlop racing. If it sits for him, he's going to be in the van. He turns, goes backwards, steady, sails it one way, goes the other. That's twice he's beaten him. Gets it high, it's not going to swing in. Deserved a goal, not going to get one though. Ball hits the deck, it's going to go out of bounds. Crashes into the boundary, to the point post. Well, Bonds, he's got a million tricks, Marlon, and he showed them all.
Just couldn't quite finish. Fatigue maybe set in after he turned about 18 different directions. Ball thrown in. Pushed in the back was Hayes. Come to Cooler. Good smother from the Eagles defence. Joey Signer, he's everywhere at the moment. Ball comes out to Klasky. Shot a goal. Minor score. So the pressure on the Eagles. Glenelg working hard here at the start of the second. Mitch Mead brings it back in. Goes short to Jumper. Benny Jungfer. Right boot down the line. Here for Cameron. Comes off his hands, goes out of bounds. Spoiled by Maxi Proud. So we'll have a throw in on the far side. Left half forward for the Bays. That one's grabbed by the wind, that throw in. And working hard and legged is Brett Turner. Played for the Westies last year, made the switch to the Bays. Different coloured sash. Goes inside 50. Thompson there for the Eagles. Thumps it over out of bounds. Might have got a bit of help there from Jack Ferns. So overthrown in the forward pocket for the Tigers.
It's going to be McBean and Hayes. McBean's going to have him for height. And probably got the hit out as well. Snook's in there. So's Cooler. And coming through at a rate of knots is Mead. He gets the long kick away down the wing, but it's been picked off. And just about every Glenelg player in the attacking half of the ground. And that's where that ball goes. Shaky sideways UFF floater bonds that didn't make the 50.
It's a hard ball to mark, isn't it? Into the breeze, helicopter floating. And Luke Reynolds did well to get a hand on it in the end.
Allen this time flipped it over the back. That's a bit hit out. Partington couldn't pick it up though. Junkford does. Goes to Pudney. Wants to turn and burn. Throws it onto his left. Bounces it out in front. Not going to work though. And not for the first time today, Bonds. We're going to see a pile on. Jung from the bottom of the pile. Virgin's in there also. Umpire's going to throw it up right in centre wing.
I like the pressure from both teams. The Snook just fed it out the back. Cooler got it to Allen. In fact, it was Bradley. He follows up Bradley, got the handball back, put it inside 50. Reynolds tapped it to his own advantage. Dribbles one towards goal. It's bouncing and couldn't come back. He wanted the off break, and it was the flipper. Just went straight on. Through for another minor score. So Glenelg go to 1 goal, 8. Ties it up. Eagles 2-2, 14 apiece. Short kick from Mead finds Riley Knight. And he'll go out to that defensive side. Outer wing, big pack of players. Paul was at the front. Brett Turner missed it, ran over the top of it. The Eagles are going to get away here. The handball from Cameron hit Tumpus. He drives long. Dan Menzel has to sit, go over the top. Couldn't take the mark, but onto his feet quickly. Does well, onto the left boot. Snap shot is fantastic from Dan Menzel. An outstanding goal.
So Dan Menzel joins the boys on the 4-goal list. 3 last week, 1 this week. Not sure if many of them were better than that. Almost got the ride. Kept his feet like a cat.
The recovery was excellent, wasn't it?
Still had plenty to do as well because deep in that pocket and the snap, and didn't he love it? Umpire throws it up. McBean farms it down. Gets his own work, McBean. Hits the deck. Ball trying to spit out. Eventually it does. Riley Knight had it, lost it. Turner. Oh, the one-handed handball gets it back from himself. You don't see that very often. Now slung. Umpire did blow that one up. It's got to go to Cheetahs. Cheetahs looking for a target. He's got a long one. Running onto it. Was good work from McFarlane. Now Menzel. That one's picked off. Hayes, let's get one in this quarter already, and it's going to stay at 1. So peppering, much like the first quarter for the Bays. Just can't get them through the middle at the moment. This is the SANFL digital pass. Any round, anywhere, anytime. Plenty of action here today. Plenty of action every single round, Bonds.
Certainly is. The ball kicked out. Glenelg, it's still a lot of players in there trying to break away. It is Bailey who got the ball out. It's 2-on-1 here for the Eagles. Oh, well done. Glenelg fought hard. That was Hosey. And the umpire's seen a free kick. It's going the way of Matty Allen. Tigers choose to play on. Pink and Cooler there. They spoiled each other. McFarlane on the ground. Hosey picked up to the running. First gamer, the debutant, has a shot. Hornschel. And again, it's wide. 1 goal, 9 the Tigers. Trailing the Eagles 3-3. Good pressure from the Tigers there. They just forced the ball, wanted it down their end. Mitch Mead played on quickly. And here's the first gamer again. Cooper Hornschel takes a good mark.
Hornschel about 60 out. Range is too long, so he goes to the top of the square with a real dart. No mark taken. Pierce Seymour. And Bailey in there. Going just over 12 minutes. Nice and high in the ruck where it was pink. Couldn't clear it though. Crowd starting to get agitated here at ACH. Allen across his body, off the left. Back taking a mark on the last line was Thompson. Umpire's going to blow it up and march Reynolds back to give Thompson some space. He goes in short to Seymour. Tucked up in his own pocket. Off the left goes down the line. Redden getting really manhandled. McBean to the front of the pack. Couldn't complete the mark. With his head down, Martini. He's got about 2 backpacks on. He couldn't burst through. Umpire's going to come in and ball it up. 1-9-15 Glenelg. They trail the Eagles 3-3-21. Second quarter action here.
Riley Knight led to the ball. He's in trouble here. He's got to try and get it out. I think he's going to be pinged holding the ball when he is. Good tackle from Turner. Just held it in. Not sure if I like that rule, but that's the rule. So Riley Knight refusing to throw the ball back to Brett Turner.
And Brett Turner refusing to get it.
Stalemate. Turner will just drive it to the top of the square. Where are the big flyers from the Tigers? They're not there. Mead at the back. Hands it to Thompson. McFarlane. He looks good in just his second game. Lovely kick. Out to half back and finds Dan Menzel, who just holds it in the air. They're going to slow it down the Eagles. Keep possession. Gus Poole offers a lead, but he goes down the line. Thumping kick. Bomberto is at the front of the pack. Goes over the back and off hands and runs out of bounds in front of Bradley. Andrew Bradley. Reasonable game last week. 17 disposals. Ball will be thrown in. The outer side. Redden and McBean doing the ruck work at the moment. Siner again gets his hands on the footy. Ends up in the hands of Bailey though. He forces forward to Hosey. Good tackle from Junfer, but is it a bit aggressive? It is. And Hosey will get the free kick for a push in the back.
Yeah, it wasn't very subtle. Easy decision. Just sucking them in. He goes in short. He finds Kuller. Haven't gained too much ground, but they've maintained possession. He goes long towards the 50. Sign on the back, just smacks one around the corner. Pudney takes the mark on his chest. The half-back flank. He's looked across a couple of times, thinks about the switch, but he's going to stay down the line. 2-on-1, streaming out at his Hayes, went across or over his head. At the back, it's all Glenelg. Numbers everywhere. But they've done well to wrap up the tackle here. And this time he had pulled out holding the ball. Well, that was a pretty tight one. It's gone the way of the Eagles. The kick inside 50 has been picked off. So what looked very promising has come unstuck. Chris Curran. He's taking a good cut-out mark.
So Curran will drive it again. The helicopter kick is going to roll out of bounds. It'll be a last touch rule. Kai Pudney, closest one to it. Will take the relieving kick for the Eagles. Played a good game last week. Puts it in the hot spot. They fly. Jack Hayes got hands on it. Couldn't do the one grab. Out the back, Gus Poole. Tried to feed the handball to Williams. Good pressure again. Hayes laid a tackle. Poole. Back to Hardy, to Sinor. Again, just up in the air. It's all Glenelg here. They should be able to clear it. Snook to Parks. Quickly on the boot, through the hands of Ferns. Again, the Eagles have the numbers behind the ball. And good pressure from the Eagles. They wrap up, from the Tigers. They wrap up Jumper We'll have another stoppage at half back. Redden won that one down. Partington grabbed it though. Put on the boot quickly in the McBean direction. Did well 2-on-1 McBean, but the numbers are going to win out again. Thompson got it to Seymour. Just fed it forward. Scrappy play at the moment from both teams. Fighting hard here at ACH Stadium. And this is the SANFL Digital Pass. Any round, anywhere, anytime. Just go to sanfldigitalpass.com.au.
Pudney with the big fend. He's done that a couple of times today already. Gives himself some space and knows himself to get a kick inside 50. But again, the Bays repel. They come outside. This outer wing. Members side wing. Oh, the chase down is great from Jungfer. They're good enough to get the handball away. Reynolds tries to go inboard outside of the boot. Alla to Bradley. He just threw that one-handed to Partington. Umpire saw it.
Yeah, it's not in the game to throw.
well, it is, but you just can't do it.
Can't do it, yeah. Wasn't very subtle either from Andrew Bradley.
No.
Pretty much just the one-handed throw.
Well, I think he knew I'm going to get pinned anyway. I'll see if I can try something. So McFarlane run himself into trouble. Ends up having to go with the real short one to Riley Knight. Still back inside their own 50, the Eagles. Gone 18 minutes. Just a goal in it here. His kick goes into the middle of the ground. Sits. Sinor goes in straight lines. Went straight at Matty Allen. Caught him high. And if he didn't, Jack Ferns did. Joey Sinor had one thing in his mind. That was run as straight and as hard and as fast as I can. Allen swings it wide. Finds Virgin. Takes a safe mark.
So Virgin right in front of our commentary position here on the digital pass. He'll drill it inside 50. Hosey flew over the top and gave away a free kick. Just the expectations a little bit high there from Lockie Hosey. Hayes will take the free kick. He's just going to thump it. Max Proud's there and so is Curran. Outnumber the Eagles, take the mark. They want to play on quickly. In the middle of the ground, Matty Allen. Going the Bailey direction and takes a good mark. Comes back inside. Snook and Kula were both there. Or was that Partington? It's Partington. Drives inside 50. Low ball on the half volley. Reynolds couldn't gather it. And Hosey's on the bottom of that sandwich from Jack Ferns. We'll have a ball up. We're about 40 metres out from the Tigers' goal. Redden won the tap. Sinor, good hands. But the kick smothered was even better. Falls to Motlop around the corner, and that's just up in the air and offline and out on the full. Well, another missed opportunity for the Tigers. They're 1-9. The Eagles 3-3. And we're gone 20 minutes plus here in the second term.
Harder to miss than to score from there, Motlop, but he did it. Tumpus from the back pocket. His kick doesn't stick. Hanneth just kicks it up high. The torpedo even. The front of the pack, good mark, not taken. Bailey stockers it away. Now they might be able to clear. Pudney just sticks it under his wing and runs. He gets it long down the ground. Finds Clay Cameron. Enjoyed his start. Finds Menzel. He goes off the left into the centre square. They've worked this one pretty well so far. Mitch Hardy. He holds it up. Now goes long inside 50. Middle of the pack, Vomberto couldn't complete the mark.
Curran could. He's been good today, the skipper. And he'll clear again. Again, a big pack of players. Bailey's in there for the Tigers. Tackled by Ferns. Umpire crosses himself and will come in. Have another stoppage. It hasn't been pretty footy on a blustery day here at Glenelg. It's a great contest. Both teams working hard. Sinor again gets his hands on the footy in a chicken wing tackle. No prior. So umpire will come and ball it up. Hanneth and Hayes Hanneth got that one out the back to Partington. On the left boot down the line. Rory Lehman in the best spot for the Eagles. Seymour's there to help him. And in comes Jumper. McFarlane. So the Eagles did well there. Again outnumbered, but the kick's going to be marked by Hanneth. Centre wing, out of side for Glenelg.
Wants to come inboard. Decides to go down the line. Horseman paddles it forward. Partington got a one in foot inside. It's Bailey. Standing start. It's on target. Goal square. The mark's taken. Right in the goal square. Position A. Reynolds. It's going to be just about impossible to miss this one, Bonds.
You would have thought so, Pickles. No, we'll back him in here, Luke Reynolds.
So Reynolds, top of the square. Bays have got their second. He's got his first.
What a day. Gotta sweat it out. Let the pressure out. Push on. Come on. Tomorrow, bring it on. Ion 4 Hydration. Powerade.
So Luke Reynolds gets his first goal for the day. And a much needed one for the Tigers. Ties it up at 21 apiece, 2-9 to 3-3. Hanneth and Hayes in the middle. Again, Hanneth won that down, but Riley Knight stole it. Tried to feed it back to Cheetahs. Taken by the first gamer, Hornshaw. And we'll have another stoppage. That one hit the ground before anyone got a hand on it. The handball came back to Cheetahs. He just slapped it on the boot towards half forward. Curran had front position. Through came Dan Menzel. The handball's dangerous. Bradley's there going back to Martini. Martini goes wide and out of bounds on the full. Dan Menzel will take the relieving kick for the Eagles.
First quarter went 26 minutes, Bonds. We've gone 24 and a half.
So Dan Menzel. He's confident, is he? He's going to have a shot. He's pointing towards the goals as if he's going to have a shot for it. He's going to kick from 53, right to the top of the square. Bomberto flew, went over his head, falls to Paul. Left boot is up in the air and offline. Through from minor score. There's an Eagle player down there. Just trying to see who it is. Looks like Troy Menzel.
Yep.
It is Troy. Slow to get up. Might have just caught one in that pack of players.
I think Virgin's gone over there to check out if he's all right, which is a good thing to see.
And Park relieves for the Tigers.
He gets it out to about half-back flank for the Tigers. But it's going to come straight back in. Bomberto running across that pack. Can't take the mark. Umpire's seen one, though. It's going to go the way of the Bays. Pushing back hard.
Maxi Proud.
It is Maxi Proud. He's going to take the kick. Didn't see what the decision was for. So he goes, kicks it back out to where it came from. And Hanneth, the big spoil, took 3-4 with him. Knocked it over the boundary line. That looked like 10-pin bowling. So we're going to get a throw in. Nearing on 26 minutes now. Hanneth and Hayes. Hayes moves himself towards the front. And the siren goes right on the 26-minute mark. And it is the Bays who have come back. They lead it now by 1 point, 3-4. Oh, in fact, it's the Eagles, 3-4-22, who lead the Bays 2-9-21 here at halftime at ACH Stadium.
Well, Pickles, as we saw in the first quarter, it's hard to kick goals, it's hard to score. And both teams doing very well defensively. Close game at halftime, just the 1 point in it. We got a close one here, don't we?
Certainly do, Bonds. Thought there'd be plenty of goals. There've been plenty of entries. They just haven't been able to convert.
All right, stick with us. This is Paul Bonds and Adrian Pickles on the SANFL Digital Pass. We'll be back straight after this.
They're going to be sitting pretty happy. The other, obviously, they're tasting a loss for the first time this year.
Unless we have a draw, of course, Pickles.
And it's on the cards at the moment, a 1 point game. So we are really none the wiser of the way this one's going to play out.
Siner's been excellent for the Eagles, and Partington superb for the Tigers. So we're just about ready to start. Umpire holds the ball aloft. Your caller is Adrian Pickles.
Redden back into the middle, as is Hanneth. The bounce favours Redden. In fact, it favours Joey Sinor. That's how poor it was. He's going to call that one back in, and sheepishly going to have to restart it with a throw-up. And he does. That's a lot fairer. Jared Redden skipped his way in there like he was on the way to school. They're coming out of the centre. Good work from Turner. The kick to Motlop over the top of his shoulder. Umpire saw it. Ironical cheers from the crowd. And Marlon Motlop is going to line up from around about 40 metres out when he kicks it. Slide angle. Bonds likes to always give you the direct number.
44 degrees.
44 degrees. And this for the perfect start for the Bays. Motlop gave it a chance to bend back, and it did. Tigers back in front, early going, third quarter.
Window fully pinated? Some insurers don't have an option to fix it excess free. But luckily, Amy does.
You're with Amy.
Early goal to the Tigers inside the first minute. Marlon Motlop gets his first goal for the season after getting a free kick inside 50. Ruckman at it again. Redden got it down to Sinor. Little handball went to Cheetahs. Got the run from McFarlane. That was good footy. Tonight, like the look of McFarlane. Drives the ball inside 50. Ferns, tackled. Proud. Ends up with the footy. Repels it. Oh, good hands. Strong hands from Luke Reynolds. Short to Snook. Matty Snook. He's got a player out wide, but it's come off the side of the boot. He's given Dan Menzel a chance. Gets there first. Uses support of Hayes. Bomberto has a look at the goals. Bouncing. Zane Williams. Great running footy. A goal to the Eagles.
Well, 5 goals for the first half. We've had 2 inside a minute in this second half. Hopefully more of that to come. Motlop at one end, Williams at the other. The switch across goal bonds. There's a dodgy kick. Redden. The ball comes out of the middle through Snook. Inside that forward pocket. In what's been the dead pocket today. Really comes out of there. Motlop gets a handball over the top. Wants to get it back. Does. Then puts his hand up. The umpire might have blown one up. He has. Thought he was off and going. Pick up who that is out in that deep pocket.
It's Lucky Hosey.
He looks to be battling.
He's limping a little.
Got a rock in the shoe there. Whether or not this is going to be going to affect his kick. We'll be able to take it. So he's going to be inside 50. Tight angle. Hosey. Tight angle. Not tight enough. Hosey's got one. It's raining goals here at the Bay.
What a day. Gotta sweat it out. Let the pressure out. Push on. Come on. Tomorrow, bring it on. Ion 4 Hydration. Powerade.
So Lachlan Hosey, it's another goal for the Tigers, and he's come from the ground. Might have got one in the knee. He's still limping. He's in a bit of pain. Lachie Hosey has his second goal for the day. And now Glenelg lead at 4-9 to 4-4. The bounce down. Redden clearly got the tap in the Sino direction. Ends up in the hands of Snook. Matty Snook outside of the boot. Reynolds is running onto it, takes a good mark. Luke Reynolds, who'll drive it. And that familiar left boot, although that's come off the side of the boot. Flying. Ends up in the hands of Bailey. Snap it, goal. I think he's grabbed it. He's kicked it. Another goal to the Bays.
Do you stay in or get out? Remain in your vehicle until help arrives. You'll be shocked by what you don't know.
Well, the scorers are going crazy at the moment, trying to keep up with this action. End-to-end, goals going through. All the issues they had with accuracy in the first half, bonds have been erased.
Goal a minute here in the third term. Exciting footy.
Back in the middle. Now it's Hayes doing the ruck work. Goes over his head. Lonigan trying to bulldoze his way through. Smashed forward by Sinor. Jack Ferns. He couldn't pick it up. Martini goes off the right boot. Down the line. Over the back, Partington. Explosive spoil. Lonigan again. Went one way, handballed the other. Then picked up his own ball. Got it going inside 50. Over the back, Max Proud. Sloppy spoil. Umpire saw it that way. And the Eagles going to go quickly. Menzel went wide. Oh, the mark should have been taken. Picked up though by Pudney. He goes in short. Sinor sat waiting for it. Turner didn't. The handball over the top. Oh, Sinor was strong in the tackle. The floating kick goes to the goal square. That mark's been taken as well. Well, Dan Menzel was in the pack. Just held his ground. Then as the ball floated towards the pack, took it falling backwards. Now he's going to line up Bonds for the check side. Bread and butter for a player of his class. Bends it back around. Makes no mistake. How are they going to stop this here?
Just stay inside.
How close is too close? Stay 10 metres away from downed power lines. You'll be shocked by what you don't know.
Well, it's what a turnaround. Different quarter, different half. We've kicked 5 goals in the first 7 minutes of the third term. Dan Menzel, a great finish to what a ball that really shouldn't have been marked. It was floating all over the place. Quality stuff from Dan Menzel. Hayes got up high, fell in the arms of Cheetahs, but he gave it to Snook. Kick come out, went to Tumpus. His just up and under kick. Hanneth spoiled. Sino working hard. Klusky puts it inside 50. Right down deep. McBean running onto the footy. Is he going to get there before it rolls out of bounds? He won't. And we'll have a throw in the forward pocket for the Tigers, who lead it 5-9 to 5-4. A 5-point lead to the Tigers. And the SANFL digital pass. And Paul Bonser and Adrian Pickles. The throw-in was short. McBean just tried to hand it to Motlop. It was wrapped up in a tackle. The ball came out, and the umpire said it was a throw. So it'll be a free kick going the way of Mitch Mead. So Mitch Mead.
Been pretty good today.
Yeah, he can play, this kid. Goes short, and McFarlane. I already mentioned we liked his game. Just working his way into this Eagles lineup. Goes long, out of side. Maxi Proud over the top and spoils it out of bounds. Good defensive play from the Glenelg defender.
It's going to be Hayes and Hanneth. Throw-in's going to favour Hanneth if he can hold his ground. Does. But it comes out to Tumpus. Tumpus quick kick goes as far as Martini.
In the glove. One-hander.
That's what it's there for, the Velcro. He bangs it back down the line. Chance for the markers. One not taken. Handball sets up the run. Allen goes in short. Beats one. In came Klusky. Now Partington throws it on the left boot. Sails goalwards. Just goes to the outer side. I wasn't quite sure what to do there, Bonds. I've been used to goals going in. It's been 7 minutes of them.
Crazy start to this third quarter.
There has been plenty of action here on the SANFL Digital Pass. Any round, anywhere, anytime.
It goes to halfback Bailey. He's going to get to it first. Wrapped up in a tackle. Thought he might have been taken high. Umpire let it go. Gus Bull Lane, the early tackle. Torpus on the bottom of the pack. Another stoppage. Seen a few of these today. Blustery conditions, hard conditions for footy. Well done there by Turner. His snap on goal has gone well wide and out on the full. So just some normality coming back into this game. We're seeing goals kicked from everywhere all of a sudden. Hard to kick again. So in the back pocket for the Eagles, it's McFarlane. Long and off hands and out of bounds. So we'll have a throw in.
Which was pretty hectic there for the first 7 minutes. The scoreboard monitor called for the medical sub at one stage there, Bonds. Hanneth. Hayes might have got his hand on that. The tunnel ball from Hanneth was good. Coming through Martini. The pickup was special. Then off the right foot. Gets it long. Looking for someone to take a mark up forward. They couldn't. And again, it goes out of bounds. The Kernahan end in the near the practice wickets where the Seahorses train. Local cricket club here. McBean bumped off it too easily. Hayes not going to come out of there in a hurry. Umpire's going to come running in and throw it up again.
In the forward pocket for the Tigers. McBean got it down. Cheetah's first one there, taken high. Umpire let it go. Motlop a little toe tap. Rolly Knight picked it up, then Motlop picked it up. Still scrappy stuff. Bailey over the top of the footy. Got it out. Partington. Good tackle from Williams. Pushed him off the ball. Williams has got it now. Chain of handballs. Ends up with Lonergan, and a good smother from Partington goes out of bounds. So it's just hard footy. Hard for teams to get a breakaway. It hasn't been open footy. Cold, blustery conditions down at the Bay. Hanneth in front. Got the tap down in the Tompus direction. He can't pick it up. Riley Knight can. Hacks it down the line, but only as far as Durden.
Durden stays on the outer wing. Again, wants someone to take a mark inside 50. They can't, though. Jungfer had it, lost it. The handball to thread through to Menzel was pretty good, but that kick's going to go out of bounds untouched. And the Bays either going to bash it through or the switch is on. In the middle of the ground screaming for it is Callum Park. That's ignored. The long bomb again, the option Reynolds was pushed out of it. Spiral ball. Williams is going to go for the chase. Partington is there, and it's going to go and beat both of them. And Partington was happy for it to roll out because it was going to give himself a kick. He then smacks it in towards the goal square. Again, they look for a mark. Not one taken. Plenty of action, goal line. Glenelg, the Eagles will be happy for this one to go out. And it did. And they get restarted pretty quickly, Bonds.
So Tompus in the back pocket. In fact, saying that that kick needs to be taken again.
I think the flags might have still been waving, I think.
So Seymour, again, the new rule this year, he's got an extra 15 metres to come if he wants to. He uses some of that and drills it out in the Hayes direction. Hanneth was there as well. Done by Hornschel. Just got it back. The kick inside 50. Up and down all the players went. No one ended up with the footy. Went in the Seymour direction. Again, the ball is on the turf. And again, the umpire will cross himself. So we've just gone a few minutes here, Pickles, where players are finding it hard to find space. The Eagles have clogged it up. And just trying to get the ball clear. Again, we see it on the ground. Player picking it up and tackled straight away. The footy's going nowhere. We'll have another stoppage. Just 20 out from the Tigers' goal.
Repeated entries. Motlop quickly onto the boot and straight through the middle. Looking for someone to have an impact. Who was it going to be? We said it might be Marlon Motlop. He's got his second in this quarter. That was quick work out of the pack.
Certainly was the opportunist. We said it's going to take something like that. We mentioned at half-time that maybe Motlop is the guy who had a couple of touches in the first half, just couldn't get the score on the board, and he's kicked 2 goals this quarter to give Tigers a pretty handy lead. It's 6-11-47, Eagles 5-4-34.
I was about to say that the method of just banging it in, looking for a big pack mark, wasn't working. They needed to find another avenue to goal. Whether or not it was a switch the other side and come in to find a leading forward, or whether it was going to be a roving goal. And that's what it was from one of the best. Back in the middle, Sinor couldn't come up with it. Bradley weaves his way through. Virgin quickly off the right. Klusky came back deep. Couldn't affect the marking contest. Now Toompas on the half-back flank. He's got one short, decides to go against that one. Goes over the back to Hardy. Now Martini for the Bays. Spinning was good from Bradley. Hardy got a hand on it, intercepted the handball, and it's gone out of bounds right in front of the Eagles interchange bench.
The SANFL digital pass. Hold on to an Adrian Pickles here. Any round, anywhere, anytime. Just go to sanfldigitalpass.com.au. Well, it's a great SANFL action. There's a throw in. Redden, a little tap down. Clash of bodies there between Partington and Sinor. Cheetahs did well. Got it back to Redden. The big fella couldn't bend over and pick it up. Mitch Hardy ran onto it. So did Junfer. Lehman, good feed out to Pudney. The handball went to Cameron. Just waited for Ferns to run and then put it out in front of him. He's still under pressure. Durden came. Pudney's there again. Might have seen a free kick. It's going the way of Jack Ferns. So Ferns will put it inside 50. Dan Menzel close to the line. It goes out on the full. Disappointing kick from Ferns. He'll turn it over. The Tigers from the back pocket.
Keep your eye on that one. Man went down just in the back plate. Risky kick across goal. Just fingertips in it. But it's worked, and the Bays are going to come out. Max Proud is the next one. Picked it up on the half volley, then just threw it on the boot. That one has to work. Went straight through the hands of Partington. Spinning now was Mead. He's got on the ground, got through out of it. They jump on. Umpire said, I'll have it. Motlop peels himself off. Then Colour. Then Sinor, last man to get up.
Ball up. Redden, tap down to Sinor. Cheetahs is there for help. Got it to him. James Cheetahs down the line. In the camera direction through the hands of Martini. Wisdom's there. Back to Martini. Good run and carry from Martini. Finds Pink at centre half forward.
Martini's having a good third quarter.
It's off the side of the boot from Pink. In front of Hosey. Good tackle from Junfer. That's holding the footy. Great tackle from the long-haired number 47 for the Eagles. Just locked him up. Great stuff. So he holds the ball aloft. That's the signal for, I'm just going to kick it long. The wind grabs that one, and Wisdom takes a good mark. The only one that ended up with a footy. Drives it long to the goal square. Seymour's there. Went almost over his head. Junfer did well. He's got Mead for support. Good chase down from Klusky, but the kick has found Riley Knight. That's good work from the Eagles, just showing some composure there. The two young players, Mead and Junfer. Riley Knight drills it to Gus Paul. One grabber at half-back is good. Plays on quickly. Dan Menzel. Good possession footy from the Eagles. Good skills. Clay Cameron and Parks. Parks did well. And wrapped up by two players, Parks and Virgin, was James Cheetahs. And the umpire crosses himself with a ball up half forward for the Eagles.
Yeah, they were off and running there. They just needed that one more clean one. And there was an open 50 for them. Hayes got rid of McBean. Farmed it down to Lonergan. He's not going anywhere. Another double tackle by the Tigers. This time it was Turner and Kluski. Now Bradley, Snook, goes to the middle of the ground. All by himself though is Tumpus. Got a wide one. Members side, looks for him and finds him. It's Hardy. He goes in short. Lonergan off the right boot, goes to the pocket, looking for a mark. Taken! Well, front of the pack. Jack Hayes just hung in the air higher, longer than anyone else. Took a pretty clean and strong mark, Bonds.
Oh, he's the best contested mark in the SANFL. No doubting that. This guy's a superstar at this level. It'll be a tough kick from here. We saw in the reserves game, no one kicked a goal from this pocket, so it's going to take his best.
20 minutes gone. Hayes lines up, right on the right post. That one swung, it's gone through. Well, that one was absolutely bending. I could have sworn that missed, but it didn't. Hats off Jack Hayes, that's a great kick.
Well, I said it's going to have to take his best, and that was one of his best. I reckon we saw 5 or 6 shots in the reserves game from that corner that just swung too far and across the face of goal. That was an outstanding kick from Jack Hayes. That's his second goal. And a handy one from the Eagles. Gets that margin back to 7 points. 6-11 to 6-4. And gone over 20 minutes here. Close to 21.
Both quarters preceding this, Bonds, went near on 26 minutes flat.
So Hayes has gone into the ruck against McBean. Both number one ruckmen having a rest. McBean got the tap down to Cooler, but he couldn't handle it. Lonergan did well, just with strength. Got it out of the middle in the Williams direction. Martini's there. He's had a good third quarter, we mentioned. Ball came out to Hardy. Snook lays the tackle, and the umpire will come in and ball it up. Good footy from both teams.
Ball up. Attacking side of the centre square for the Eagles. Sinel bumped off it. Lonergan got a toe on it. Umpire's blown that up.
King in danger.
Gone to Partington. He goes on quickly. Umpire says play on. Now a two-man tackle, and that's going to get the job done, holding the ball. Well, they went to go quickly, and that might have been their undoing, the Tigers.
Cheetahs in the centre square. It's the ball magnet, James Cheetahs. One's a Mitch Hardy. Liked his first game as well. Mitch Hardy. Mitch Mead. Mitch to Mitch. Centre wing for the Eagles. Kicking into a strong breeze. Goes down the line. Clay Cameron flew. Couldn't take the mark. Wisdom got the handball over the top to Partington. He just puts it on the right boot. It's a wobbler. Down in the peak direction. Junfer comes running through. But it's all Glenelg, and Michael Virgin takes a good mark at half back. He wants to go quickly. He's got Reynolds at half forward. Goes just over his head. The wind carried it. Cheetahs again. Got the handball out to Pudney. Again, just a little dribbler kick forward. Lonergan's first one there. Hayes in support. Missed the tap off the ground. Fell to Virgin. He puts it inside 50, but it's all Eagles back there. Oh, dropped the mark. It's still 3-1. And Seymour will get the clearance out to Tumpus.
Tumpus at about half-back flank. The Glenelg coaching box not overly happy with what's going on at the moment out there. They do hold a 7-point lead at the moment. Deep into this third quarter. 22 to nearly 23 minutes gone. Centre wing. Ball gets pumped back long. Inside 50. Safe mark again taken. From Hayes. And he holds it up. No doubt they know the time on the clock. The Eagles. You have to slow this one down. Chew up as much time as they can and get into the last quarter, Bonds, for what should be an absolute beauty.
Well, with a 7-point margin, if Glenelg can sneak one here, that'll be very handy going into the last quarter. Sinor thumps it long. Big pack of players. Cameron got up. Went through his hands. Park at the bottom. Bailey's in there. So is Hornshaw. Goes down the line. And we'll have a boundary throw in. Well done there by Pink. Got the spoil in. Toby Pink after a couple of years at the Swans. Back at his home Tiger territory. McBean got the tap over the back, but straight to Sinor. Tackled, and again now lays the tackle as Hayes. And we'll have another stoppage just inside 50 for Glenelg.
49 when he throws it up. Umpire has seen it might have been Hayes got slung to the ground. He's going to get the free kick. And they want to get it out of this danger zone. Umpire tells him to play on, so he gets it as far down the wing as he possibly can. No mark taken. Menzel glides through the pack. Gets it back from Tumpus in the 1-2. Then goes longer to Cameron, who holds it up. He's got a short target, takes him. There's one more on. It's Gus Paul. He's going to line up, tight angle. And a long way out, Bonds. The little Viking doesn't think he's got the trip. So sees one that he likes. Von Berta got knocked out of it. At the back of the pack, Williams. Beaten to him. Rushed over for a behind. A quick restart, and the Bows are away on the outer side to Bradley.
Callan Park saved the day there. Zane Williams was about to jump on that. Threw another goal for the Eagles. Now Glenelg in control. I want to rush it down and try and get a goal before three-quarter time. Good hands from Virgin. Threw that to Allen on the wrong side of the umpire. Great tackle from Gus Paul. The ball came out in the tackle, so umpire let him play. Sinor to Hayes. The handball missed the target. Came to Snook. Snook inside to Bradley. Good running from Bradley and a better kick from Matty Snook. Just a skill error there from the Eagles has cost them, and it might cost them a goal, as Andrew Bradley will kick from about probably about 40 metres when he kicks it on about a 22-degree angle.
Yeah, repeated entries. You always felt like there was another goal in this for the Bays. For a lot of the time since the Eagles were trying to slow it down. Andrew Bradley is going to line up.
Here comes Bradley. Looks nice off the boot. Drilled it. Good goal and a late goal to the Tigers. They get back out to that 12-point margin. They go to 7 goals, 11 to 6-5 here at ACH Stadium. SANFL Digital Pass. Any round, anywhere, anytime. SANFLDigitalPass.com.au. Very handy goal. Just that little mistake, the little handball error, just went behind Tumpus, allowed Snook in. And Matty Snook, elite with foot.
Yep, one of the best ball users in the competition. Found his target and picked him out. The hit out fell down into the path of Turner. Coming through was Snook. Got a handball away. They go forward again, the Tigers. Inside 50. Backing back, Seymour went through his hands. McBean dribbles one forward. It's going to go out of bounds. About 10 metres around from the Bays point post. No one touched it though. So Mitch Mead's going to bring that one back in. Goes just outside the 50. No mark taken. Ball stays in. Lights go on in the Bays box and straight back off again. So another entry coming up here, Bonds. It's going to be Curran. It's a shaky kick, but it's going to work. Oh, good forwards play in front. That's where they drop. And Curran's kick was a shocker. Didn't get it anywhere near that he wanted. In front of the pack, diving forward was Reynolds. And he's going to give the Bays a second look late in this third quarter. Nearly 29 minutes gone. on the siren for the Bays. They've got 7. Now they've got 8. Lovely finish. Great finish of the quarter for the Bays. We're all set up for a big last quarter here at ACH Stadium.
Vital goals in the last couple of minutes there. Don't you go anywhere. This is going to be a thrilling last quarter here down at the Bay. This is the SANFL Digital Pass. We'll be back straight after this.
Eight goals wins you a game, so they're going to want to put on at least 1 or 2, and I would say that the Eagles are going to be saying we need the first one and we need it in real short amount of time.
And how good down here with the lights out the front of the Glenelg club.
Yes.
People can sit down there and watch the footy. And we're just about underway. Umpire holds the ball aloft. Last quarter action here on the SANFL Digital Pass. Paul Bondra and Adrian Pickles will get us underway.
Redden gets his hands on the first one pretty clean as well. And they come out of there straight away through Riley Knight. The bounce. Menzel went one way, then gave it off. The handball was faked. Holding the ball was the final call. I think Jack Ferns was the man who got pinned. And the Bays are going to come on the outer side. Most of the players been out there all day.
And the free kick here, mate. It's going the way of Matty Allen. Just some holding by Tumpus.
So he's in the half-back flank, true half-back flank for the Bays. And he goes down the line. Another big pack down there. Jumper can't take the mark. Punches it out of bounds. Now we're going to get a throw in at true centre wing.
So the Eagles will be looking for an early goal or 2 here to put the pressure back on the Bays. 18-point lead to the home team. Redden got front position, tapped it down straight in the hands of Snook. Goes back to Partington. Round the corner, McBean on the chest, good mark. Liam McBean wants to go. He's beyond his range. He just pops it up and this sits up in the breeze. McFarlane underneath it for the Eagles and can't keep it in. And we'll have a throw in just inside the Glenelg 50. In front of the scoreboard, which shows the Tigers with an 18-point lead. By taking his time to throw it in. Redden again got front position. And up in the hands of Turner. Turner around the corner, top of the goal square. Pink in front, can't take the mark. Motlop there, tried to dribble one off the ground. Junfer lays a backwards tackle on Liam McBean. And the umpire will come in and have a stoppage.
We're going to explain a backwards tackle to us a bit later on, Bonds. Redden over the top. Hosey comes streaming through. Couldn't kick it off his knees. But they have anyway. It was big fella. McBean knows Matty Snook, in fact. There was about 100 players around and I couldn't pick which one it was.
Window fully
From the
pinated.
standing
Some
start, just threw it
insurers
on
don't
his
have an
boot.
option to fix it excess free. But luckily, Amy does.
You're with Amy.
Back in the middle, Glenelg get the first goal of the last quarter. They're out to a 24-point lead. Very handy. What have the Eagles got? Working hard in the middle. Again, here's Lonergan. Did well. Looks at support from Cheetahs. Just kicks it off the ground. Lonergan goes again. Strips Virgin of the footy. Centre half forward for the Eagles. And the umpire will come in and we'll have a ball up. Real handy goal to start the last term. 4-goal margin just might be enough. Redden got the tap down. Riley Knight trying to get his hands on the footy. He's been well held most of the day. Ferns in there, working hard. Ball came out to Tumpus. Goes backwards to McFarlane. drives it long to the goal square. And a good mark running back by Max Proud for the base. He goes short, finds Durden.
Next couple of minutes really important for the Eagles. I want to say a fair bit of the way this game's going to iron out. Bradley is holding it up on the half-back flank. Umpire might tell him to play on pretty quickly. He does. Comes down in front of the interchange benches. Ball comes out the back of that pack. They're running again, the Bays. Down the line, it's a floating kick. Motlop gets his hand to it, keeps his feet. Then just paddles it forward around the corner. Not really clean in there. Anyone from either side. Socket off the ground. In danger is the call. Klusky's in there. So is Horschel. Umpire eventually says, I'll have it.
I think the Tigers are just working harder here, Pickles. They just want it more at the moment.
Redden got it back after his hit out. Sinor put a tackle on Snook. Too high, said the crowd. Turner sold the dummy off the left. The kick in forward. Motlop leads in the race. Trouble here if he can pick this one up cleanly. He does. Turns one way, then the other. Then goes in short. Smart play. Clever from the small forward. Went one way, then the other. It was Lockie Hosey standing there and hit him right on the chest for the easiest to set shot spawns.
Yeah, it's should be straightforward for Lockie Hosey. Wind still blustery, but shouldn't be too much of a problem from 44. Pops it through, another one to the Tigers.
Hosey's got 3, but mark a fair bit of that one down to the smart work of Marlon Motlop. Could have easily blazed away, but cool heads, Bronze. Saw the free man, just laced him out.
There's the bounce. Jack Hayes into the ruck for the Eagles. They need to start something and start something in a hurry. They get the clearance. The boot of Sinor into the pocket, and it's going to roll out of bounds and be last touch. So Glenelg, he's dark out there. It's like Max Proud in the back pocket for the Tigers. Goes down the line. This is floating towards the boundary line, goes out on the full. Jimmy Tupis will take the relieving kick for the Eagles. Puts it to the hot spot. Gus Paul is there. Flying was Menzel, but nowhere near the footy. Taken high. And the free kick. Is it? Or are the umpire going to come in and ball it up? No, it is a free kick. Zane Williams will get the free.
It looked like he was signalling that as he comes streaming in.
So Zane Williams can get a quick reply here for the Eagles. Only on pretty much straight in front. Will kick from about 25 metres. No fuss from this kid. Goes back and misses. Maybe he should have had some fuss.
Yes, lacked fuss.
Minor score, 6-6 the Eagles, 10-11 the Tigers.
It's everything the Eagles wouldn't have wanted, Bonds, to start this last quarter. A couple of goals to the Tigers and now a miss for themselves. Out of sight again is where all the action is. But the turnover allows the ball to come back inside 50 for the Eagles. And with a bit of flair, Virgin comes outside. Running and running in numbers. The kick is cut off by Seymour. Now Jungfer, the handball. That one's been cut off as well. Gus Paul intercepts. Ironical cheers as the crowd will say that they finally get a free.
Hornschel.
It's going to go to Hornschel. He wants to go sideways, but instead he's going to go back down the line. It's a low dart, picked off by Colour.
Reed Cooler on the wing. That was a shocking kick. Just fell in his arms. It's a better looking kick. In the Hosey direction, Gus Poole gave away a free kick. It was a bit crude. Hosey will get the free kick. Eagles just losing it a little bit here, just falling apart, some undisciplined stuff. Hosey kicks in the Reynolds direction. Luke Reynolds. Solid hands.
Yeah, out in front. The long stretch. Took it at its highest point. No one was going to get near it. The pass was perfect. The lead was excellent. Now can he finish it?
5-degree angle. And he comes the left footer. Looked all right off the boot. It's another goal to the Tigers. It might just be a winning one.
What a day. Gotta sweat it out. Let the pressure out. Push on. Come on. Mo, bring it on. Ion 4 Hydration. Powerade.
The Reynolds has 3. And as Bond's called, that might just be enough. To be tough road back here for the Eagles if they're to make an impact. 10 minutes gone. And they've banged on 3 goals already, the Tigers. Back in the middle. Again, it's the Tigers with possession. And by hand, they get it moving forward. Now the long ball, looking for the marking option. Reynolds, kick the last one, off the left. It's up and under it. Motlop stands and starts. Well, for every moment there, you thought that it might have just gone to fall in his arms. But none of that happened. Went through for a behind.
Mitch Mead got some friendly fire from his skipper. Seymour goes thumping kick down the line to the centre square, uses every bit of his extra 15 metres. Ball falls to Pudney. He's running. He's got Hardy off the bench. Just slipped over as he went to put it inside 50, now does. Well, it's all Glenelg here, 3-on-1, but falls to Cameron. He goes around the corner, umpire doesn't move. The answering goal for the Eagles.
Do you stay in or get out? Remain in your vehicle until help arrives. You'll be shocked by what you don't know.
Clay Cameron, that's his name, to what's becoming a long list of goal scorers. But the Eagles are going to need a few more of those, and in a hurry, if they're to make any inroads into this one. 12 minutes gone here in the last quarter on the digital pass. Any game, any round, anywhere, any time. Out of the middle now, the Tigers. With run. Touch on the ground from Virgin. He goes long. Just outside his 50. Eagles are going to try to run it out of there with hand. Pudney dodged one tackle, then handballed back over his head. Wasn't clean. The ball's going to roll out of bounds. Sluggish back to his feet is Rory Lehman. He's going to be a throw in right in front of the digital pass commentary box. The Redden gets himself to the front. Didn't help him though. Bailey shoveled one out, went past Allen. And the Eagles somehow going to get a kick out of that. Not quite sure what the call was. McFarlane's going to take it.
Last touch rule it was, because it was a direct handball straight out of bounds. Lonergan to Seymour. Thumping kick from Pierce Seymour. Right down to 450 and Cameron's taken another mark. So he just came floating across in front of Menzel.
Sprung to his feet, Bonds, with a little bit of hurry up, boys. Get this one and then we'll get the next one type response. So
just gets him back in it.
Massive kick, this one.
If he can kick this one. Slide angle. 30 out. Kicks it. Look it off the boot. Another one to the Eagles. The game's not dead.
Just outside, mate. How close is too close? Stay 10 metres away from downed power lines. You'll be shocked by what you don't know.
"14 minutes gone here last quarter. Starting to rain goals again. We still might be in for a bit of a cliffhanger here. 24 points the margin. Redden wins the hit out. But Snoot gets it out of the middle. Long left footer inside his own 50. High tackle called. And the Eagles are going to come away on the outer side. It's Riley Knight bashing his way through. Can they create the loose man here, the Eagles? The run is scrappy, but it's working. Paul with his head down. Shovels out a handball. Again, it's not clean. And deep in that half-forward flank for the Eagles. Back flank for the Bays. They've turned it over. Umpire's found a free kick maybe too high.
Yeah, high shot on Luke Reynolds from Jack Ferns. Again, that aggression from Ferns sometimes can just be a little bit clumsy. He goes short to Curran. So the Bays will just want to work some time off the clock here. We've gone 15 and a half minutes in the final term. Goes long down the wing. Cheetahs, whose hands on the footy first, uses Lehman backwards. And Lehman kicks down. Virgin over the top of his head. I think it went off hands. And no, it didn't touch anyone. So it will be a Glenelg free kick. Looks like Curran again. In the shadows of that light pole.
Could be anyone, Bonds.
And the half back for the Tigers. Again, just slowing it down, taking his time. And drills it down to the line. So we've got a replay of what just happened. Bailey got the kick out. Snap kick. Thompson couldn't take the mark. He was under pressure from Bradley. Went back and got it. Handballed back over the top of Lehman. Reynolds comes in. His kick was smothered by Junkfoot, who gets back on the footy. Again, he just dribbles it forward. The bounce beat Hardy, but didn't beat Bailey. Bailey came through, and his kick has gone straight down the throat of Seymour. Oh, he played on. He's holding the ball, is he? He certainly is.
Yeah, blindsided. Didn't know he was there. Thought he had more time than he did. Got himself off the mark. Started running. And would have got the shock of his life. Wrapped up in the big tackle. So Hosey's been a real weapon up forward. Arcs around to give himself some more distance. That wasn't going to work. Hit Motlop on the chest. Threw it back over his head. Bailey around the corner. Bending, and goaling! Might have been the rookie. Cooper Horschel has got his first.
Look at them go to him. They came from everywhere. The debutant. Snapped around the corner. Cooper Horschel in his first game. And that probably puts it beyond doubt now, Pickles. 12-12, the base. 30-point lead over the Eagles. They're 8-6. Now watching the SANFL digital pass. Any round, anywhere, anytime. SANFLdigitalpass.com.au. Paul Bonser, Adrian Pickles. Bringing you the action from the Bay.
Will you remember that one for a while, Bonds? You won't enjoy the fact that I've called him the wrong name, but great goal anyway on debut. The Eagles snap it out of there through Knight. Still haven't quite got it going forward. Deep outside. In the outer ground. Dark out there. Faithful haven't gone anywhere. Their side leads it by 30 points. Umpire throws it in. Manhandled in the ruck was Redden. Probably got away with one. Again, it's messy. But now Ferns with hands. The long kick inside, one-on-one. Hayes couldn't take the mark. Sliding though was Gus Paul over his head to Von Burdo. Trying to work his way through three, can't do it. Umpire's going to come in and say, I'll have it.
Good work from the Glenelg defence. They're under pressure. And like you said, there was three of them that laid the tackle. Ball comes out the back to Paul. Pudney's there as well. Now he uses Paul. Slipped over. Quite cold and dewy here. Park for Glenelg. Just thumps it out of the danger zone. And a free kick will go the way of Lehman. As Pink was a little clumsy there. Lehman goes short to the lead. Clay Cameron. Another mark for him. So he's lining up for his third of the quarter. Come to life in the last term is Clay Cameron.
Playing with some urgency as well.
Well, they're running out of time, the Eagles. We've gone 20 minutes. The final term comes in. Nice looking kicking style. This one's fading a little. And misses to the left-hand side. So the Eagles go to 8-7. Glenelg in control here, 12-12.
So they've chosen the outer side just about every time when they come out of defence. And they go that way again. Deep into the shadows. They're going to get a throw in just outside 50. Attacking side for the Eagles. No real winners out of the ruck, but Snook falls in his hands and he punches it forward. Another handball over the top creates some space. Jungfer. His handball doesn't quite get it going the Eagles' way. Hosey, been a real weapon. His toe poke goes forward, only as far as Seymour. Oh, the chase was good. The debutant goes to McBean. Horschel from the impossible angle. He's been brought down. He might get himself a free here. He might be lining up for his second. He might have been dragged down late. It's not him.
That's Hosey.
Well, he was there somewhere. I can see him just walking back in the shot. So Hosey, been a real weapon, as I said, this afternoon, up forward. He's got a short option. Couldn't find it. McBean bounces off his chest as he was laying on the ground. Jungfer spins, snaps it over the top. Only going to go as far as that lock of Glenelg players. They've got one short, one long. Choose the long option. Proud. And he goes wide. Halfback, a half forward flank. He finds Turner.
So Turner, a little wobbly kick forward and just finds the man. Cooler. Plays on quickly. The long kick, and he got hit after he kicked it too. Is it downfield? Didn't matter. McBean took the mark. Did cop one as he came running through. But McBean, it's the first time we've seen him grab one today. Unbelievably, the big forward doesn't have a goal as yet. He's had opportunities, just hasn't been able to clunk them, but he clunked that one. Gone 23 minutes in this final term. Glenelg done well at home. Kicked 3 last week. Liam McBean lines up for his first of the day. And some advice from Jimmy Tumpus. I'm sure that won't bother him. And slots it through. The big Glenelg forward. And with that, the 13th goal on the board for the Tigers. They're 13-12. The Eagles 8-7. And a fitting result. They've been the better side all day, Glenelg, and they'll get the win.
Yeah, they probably should have had a much bigger lead at quarter time, definitely half time than they had. Missed opportunities. The Eagles came and gave it a real shake. But to their credit, the Bays, they haven't let anything bother them. They've kept coming. And they've kept converting when they've needed to. And as you said now, Liam McBean gets his name onto the score sheet. Must be a long list. I can see you scribbling them all down. We're back in the middle though. Redden. He won that hit out easily. Sinor. They're coming up and out of there is Cheetahs. Ran the wrong way. Snapped it across his body. No mark taken. And again, at the top of the 50, they all jump on. We're going to get ourselves a ball up. Gone just about 25 minutes here in the last quarter. Umpire throws it up. Redden taps it out. The Bays get the clearance though. McBean kicked the last one. Hands and knees in the middle of the ground. Tumpus applies the tackle. Doesn't stick though. Ball comes out towards the members' side wing. Rolling. Jumper coming 100 miles an hour. Bends down, picks it up. Wrapped up in a tackle by Bradley, and he's thrown over the boundary. Turner and McBean say, well done, lad.
I like that from Jumper late in the game when there's nothing on it, still attacking the footy 100%. Will be thrown in right in front of our commentary position. Redden got the tap. He's battled hard all day. Probably won the rack battle over Hanneth, but the midfield of Glenelg, Snook, Turner and Partington have been electric. Another ball in. Redden again, might have called that one a dead heat. Hanneth grabbed it out of the ruck, goes forward, right on the chest of Thompson. Plays on quickly to Tumpus. Swings it out wide. Von Berto in the middle. Coming through again was Jungfer. Got the handball out to Lonigan. Good tackle. And then just handballed it forward. Bailey come running through. Did well. Got a kick on it, but landed in the hands of Luke Thompson. Plays on quickly. Inside 50. And right there on the last line of defence is Maxie Proud. In fact, it's Parks. It's very dark out that court and that pocket, isn't it? Parks goes long, and this one will drift out of bounds. I think it's going to matter, though, to the end of this game. As Glenelg will get the victory. The kick inside 50 from Mead, and taken by Clay Cameron. So another mark inside 50 for Cameron.
It's been their only avenue to goal in this last quarter.
He has 2 goals this quarter, the only 2 goals for the Eagles. So he'll line up for his third.
Did have another shot.
So trying to reduce this 35-point margin. That one's going across the face of goal. Just snuck in for a behind. So the Eagles 8 goals 8. That margin back to 34 points.
.27 minutes gone. Here in round 2, the SANFL statewide Super competition. It looks as though the Bays are going to go 2-0, undefeated to start the season. They push their way out of the back line. At the back, though, is Tumpus. Spins on it, thumps it back towards the 50. Coming through, taking a good mark is Martini. Had an outstanding third quarter. Gets involved. Well, maybe the first time this last quarter, Bonds.
Yeah, he's been good.
Floats one to the outer side towards Reynolds. That one goes out of bounds. Time just eating itself up at the moment, Bonds, as we crawl our way to the end of this one. Redden and Hanneth. Redden with body. The palm out was good, but well roved by the Bays. The kick, the Seymour. Ducked his head right at the last minute when he had it in his hands. Ball up on the point of the square. Redden farms it down. Cheetahs to Lonigan. Handball back over his head. Didn't work. Hanneth tried to soccer it. Partington. He goes back in to Turner. He gets himself just inside 50 now. Reynolds slaps it on his boot. The quick fire at goal goes across the face. For one behind. 13-13. 91. And the Eagles aren't going to be able to start that quick.
So Mitch Mead will do it again. Short to Riley Knight. It's got better as the game's gone on. Goes short, Seymour. Reynolds was closing, but Seymour took it in the hands. Down to the wing. Cameron. Been good this last quarter. Got a little handball to Williams. Over the top to Hardy. Hardy wants Dan Menzel. Will he find him? Yes, he will. Good kick outside of the boot. And Dan Menzel will kick from about 35 metres out. On about a 7-degree angle. We've gone 30 minutes in this last term. Can't be too long to go. Dan Menzel comes in and kicks the goal for the Eagles. So a consolation prize for Dan Menzel. That's his third. The Eagles will go to 9 goals, 8. Trailing the Tigers 13-13. Can't be long left here in this game, Pickles.
No, Sting really got out of this one. It was a bit of a flame relit when Cameron kicked a couple in a row. Looked like there might have been a chance that they could have got on a roll and made a dash late. But as they've done all game, the Bay steadied. Kicked a couple when they needed and have really controlled this one. So Redden in the middle. Wins that one out pretty easily. But it went through the hands of Paul. Again, they win it. Bailey got rid of it round the corner. Partington takes a mark. He's been pretty good today. Middle of the ground. Oh, kicks into the man on the mark. Almost knocked him over just about. Cheetahs thumps it long. Siren goes. Bayes get the victory. 2 games, 2 wins. They've got to be happy with that. The perfect start here in 2021 for the Glenelg Footy Club. 13-13-91. They defeat the Eagles 9-8-62.
29-point margin to the home team and deserve their win. They were a bit inaccurate early, Pickles, but in the end, they were just far too good. Their midfield, we mentioned it before, Partington, Turner, Snook, Bailey, they were all very good in the middle. They won the ball out of the middle consistently all day and deserve the win. So the Tigers go to 2-0, the Eagles 1-1.